Protocol. Now that's what I like to hear. Now make sure you guys smash the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So Burst Protocol is going to be our next upcoming set for the later half of this year. And it's definitely a name scheme, if we've heard it. So it's going to be the third cord booster pack for 2025. Burst Protocol is confirmed to release on October 25th. This pack includes new themes, new cards that power up your popular past themes, and cards connected to the promotional animated short series, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Card Games Chronicles. Now, of course, Japan gets the box's special bonus 1 flavor, plus 1 assist pack that reprints vital cards needed to build the decks based on this theme, or what's in here. And 20 of those cards come in Prismatic and Secret Rare. So Duelist Protocol, or Burst Protocol, drops October 25th, 2025. Oh boy. What a set. This should have been called Duelist Protocol. That would have been one of the sickest names I would have ever heard. But instead we get things like Duelist Advance, Doom of Dimensions. Hey dude, how are you? Okay, so Burst Protocol. There's a couple of things that we can take away with this. Actually, I think I can only think of one. Only one namesake here comes to mind, and his name is Revolver, baby. I am actually okay with this, actually. Revolver was one of the show's coolest characters that we had going for us, because he would literally pull out a staple out of left field, and he'd be like, okay, well, today I can use this card to set Mirror Force from my deck. I can pull a magic cylinder out of nowhere and use it. Revolver was a notoriously broken character for the utility tool options that it really felt like this man could pull out of nowhere and be able to use. And I am very, very much looking forward to seeing how or what next card that they would be able to build into this. So there's also two ways we can go with this. We can do an entirely new Boral retrain in here, because Boral is the big theme. It's honestly what he was most known for. But right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of is going through the, we're either going to power up like the sub-theme, i.e. see the Power Fellow Structure deck, where, you're still getting Stardust support, but, we're actually powering up Junk Synchron, we're actually making the OTK strategy more viable here. But also at the same time, when we're looking at this, we have to consider the fact that he also had topological cards. And let's call it what it is. I'm sure many of you guys remember good old Gumblar Dragon and how insane he was, burning through the opponent's hand. Also, it would be really, really cool to see Revolver get the ability to basically do the V-Lock. Because Revolver was very notorious. One of the coolest things that Revolver did was actually lock out the main character from using both extra deck monster zones, which was the first time that had ever actually happened. That ability to do things like that in the anime, it was so extreme. That's why I said Revolver was the most, what I would consider, competitive player that it ever felt like that we had. Pulling all of those staples out of his butt, coming up with new cards to use those staples, which was an insane feat, by the way. And I loved every single moment of it. But realistically, we are probably going to go on to the topological side of this. Though, it would be... Doom of Dimensions got DDD support. You can't really sub-support DDD because everything's DDD at that point. So we probably will see a... I don't know. I'm thinking about this more and more that we're filming this. I think we probably will get a new Boral, and probably will... We already got a Boral Link 5. I guess they could give us a Boral Link 6, or they could at least give us a topological Link 5. I think more than likely we probably will get that. We did get the old Link 3 that popped up a little while back. You guys remember how that card was being used as an Ultimate Slayer target to clean things up, but we never really got much more beyond that. Also, he had the really cool thing about Revolver was, if you remember, we did get a Synchro and Exceed. We did have all of these other Borals that really never got a chance to shine. I mean, they were there in the anime, don't get me wrong, but they never really got the chance to take off. So as much as I want to go, hey, this is called Burst Protocol, there is going to be no other theme than this entire game that comes even remotely close to plugging into this, because Revolver is just the absolute unit here. And obviously, looking back at all the other themes, I can't think of a single other thing here that goes with this. Now, this also says we're going to be getting cards from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games, The Chronicles. So, judging by this nice little plug-in here, we are once again, we'll probably seeing the part 2 of the Albaz support in here, or if not, more stuff in general. It's actually a pretty big thing that they've been, we're 3 sets in now to this, and they continue to use the advertising of the Chronicles anime as a positive thing here. And this is why we talk about selling points with these sets, because they tell you straight up, hey, there will be legacy support in here, there'll be other things, but we are continuing on with using the card game Chronicle stuff as a marketing thing. And considering how many or how long the scope of these episodes is supposed to be, it would make sense that we have to, cut this support in 2 in order to, actually it's going to be 3, because we do have the anime structure deck, the Chronicles, coming out with that. So that leaves the next question. What legacy support are we really expecting in here? I think we're going to continue on with a trend of supporting all of the older deck build packs out here. I don't think it would make sense for Konami to abandon that initiative right now. You also can't continue, I mean, I guess in theory you can continue to 4 sets a year supporting a main or a character out of the anime on a revolving door every, 5-6 years, technically, and just upgrade those characters' decks and blocks. I mean, I guess you can technically do that forever. There's nothing that says that you really can't, but we've been gravitating towards the deck build packs are the main marketing points now, especially with that change, with the deck build packs being the main metagame changers. You got to walk a very fine line in this game where you do need the core sets to change things up, because you need people to buy the core sets. Those 4 core sets every year are the most important product every year to get those sales pumping. And if the core sets aren't performing to a good standard, then, people they get a little bit upset. And I get that. And I do want to toss in here, especially with the Duelist Advance failures on our side of the game, I'm really hoping that if we are approaching this set, and this is going to be the 3rd block, I hope that Konami has learned that you got to power up these sets. You got to get people invested in these things. You gotta make sure that your players are getting cards to be excited about. So this set, Burst Protocol, going to be it's Vrains, right? It'll be a Vrains themed set, judging by this. I don't know. I don't think we'll have anything in it beyond Revolver for Vrains. Usually the sub stuff that they end up picking for these sets is literally from any of the multiversal Yu-Gi-Oh! Verses, if they even get anything else tossed into this set. I would like to see, one other sub thing here. We probably will see some sort of GX support tie into this, considering that the anime has been re-airing, and, they really want people to pay attention to the old GX series. So I do think that we will see, as that remaster continues, little bits and things, toiled into this set as time kind of goes on. That'll be a nice little sub thing that I think people will get the chance to look forward to. You gotta love your GX tie-in. So, you guys think this is going to be a Revolver set, or do you think? I mean, it can't be a Code Talker set. There's no way that's how that works. But please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.